Live from Atlanta on Shade 45.
Broadcasting from Mean Street Studio, owned by the one and only DJ Drama. Drama, man, this is like...
It's legendary.
This is legendary, right?
Legendary.
We do this every year, and, you know, we try to invite as many people as possible. It's important to us at Shade 45 to go to where the people are.
Absolutely.
You know, so we do a lot of live broadcasts. We did from Vegas, from Chicago.
South by Southwest.
That's true. We've been to, how many different places we've been? We've been a lot of places, and as well as Atlanta, and it's important to us to give you guys, the citizens, the listeners, an insider view of what goes on in these communities, in this environment, in this culture. And right now, man, this is unbelievable. It's the only place you're going to get these type of people all in one spot at the same time. Number one, they're showing respect to what's going on this weekend, the filming of the BET Hip Hop Awards. Number two, it's because we're here at DJ Drama Studio, Mean Street Studio. And number three, everybody who's here I consider a friend of mine. And so it's just an amazing experience to have one of the people that inspired most of the DJs that are out today here with us right now.
You can say all.
All of the DJs.
Say,
okay.
Yeah, you can say all.
Can I say all? Can I say all?
Yeah,
I didn't want to speak for you guys.
That's a green light.
Okay, that's a green light. Everybody, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, including myself.
Nervous.
He's a friend of mine, but when King Tech and I started in radio in the 90s, we used to borrow and take from a lot of different people. Oh, did I say that? Yeah, no, but it was a lot of times I would listen to mixtapes that came out of New York City, and sometimes you could find music that you couldn't get otherwise in other places, and I would take that music off those mixtapes and play them in San Francisco on the station I was working for at that time. And one of the people who actually mixed on mixtapes and kind of revolutionized that a style of mixtapes was the one and only DJ Kid Capri.
No doubt.
With us today, ladies and gentlemen. Kid Capri is here.
No doubt.
You know, and I got to ask, first of all, Capri, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed, man. Thank you.
I bump into Kid Capri in the strangest places. Last time we saw each other, we were in the Bay.
In the Bay.
In Northern California.
Northern California. A few years before that, we was in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam. So, a friend of mine, Billy Vidal, owns a club in San Jose, and I was visiting home in Oakland, and he was like, man, come out to the club. I had no idea who was DJing, and when I got there, somebody said, Kid Capri is DJing.
Yeah, we be all over the place, man.
Man, I broke my neck to find him. I found him, and he was turning it out even in San Jose.
Yeah.
And while you're here, you were famous for making the mixtape a worldwide term. And the whole concept of mixtapes, really became nationalized through your success. Here we have DJ Drama, who is another person who, when he started, took the mixtape game to a whole nother level, so much so that the government came down on him. And I want to, since I got both of you guys here together, what do you think of the current state of mixtapes? I want to ask you, Kid Capri, and then get Drama to comment on it as well too.
You want my real personal opinion?
I don't want you to lie to me, Capri. Come on, man.
Well, I'm a strong believer of whatever you hear me do on a mixtape, you're gonna see me do live. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, there's a lot of editing and stuff like that. So the way the mixtape is structured now is, I'll do it because of what it is, but it's not really where I come from.
Yeah.
So when it came out like that, it wasn't something I really jumped to. Fortunately, my career jumped in another way, and I didn't have to depend on the mixtape, which it wasn't really a thing for me anyway. It was just a stepping stone, just like it was for everybody.
Yeah.
And so when it came that part, it became more creative. It became so many more different mixtapes out and different DJs out. So it was kind of hard to identify who was really who and what's really hot. So that's why you got Drama that, is consistent with it and have the respect from different artists that'll come to him and give him a quality mixtape than just the dude that they get off the block that just want to be a mixtape DJ. You know what I'm saying? Scream and, dudes like that. These guys have names like they do because they did something special in what they do.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
What influence did Capri play in your career, Drama?
I mean, Kid Capri is one of those DJs that, again, I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. I mean, just to, my early introduction was through a lot of rap songs, a lot of rap videos. You know, of course, Def Comedy Jam. Like Kid Capri was one of the first hip hop DJs that was synonymous as a brand. You know, that was larger than life, that we could tune in every Friday night and see. You know, and then on the mixtape side of things, you know, I think the mixtape became what it was because of Kid Capri and Brucey B and Ron G and you know, Doo-Wop and the ground that they laid. So, you know, me coming up, when I was coming up, that's all I did. I would listen to all the, you know, the tapes and study them and so forth. And as that happened, I watched the game change. You know, as Kid Capri went on to do bigger endeavors, DJ Clue came along.
Yeah.
And Clue kind of switched the mixtape game and made it not so much about what was going on per se, you know, live, everything you're doing, as far as who could get the most exclusive records, you know, who had the hottest songs at the time. So it went through that transformation. Then past that transformation, 50 Cent came along.
Yeah. Right.
And I look at the mixtape game as a pre-50 Cent world and a post 50 Cent world. And 50 Cent kind of took the mixtape from being a compilation of what a DJ put together to being no more demos, you know, here's my mixtape, here's my introduction to the world. Hence we have, you know, Young Jeezy Trap or Die, Lil Wayne Dedications, Drake So Far Gone, J. Cole Friday Night Lights, and that's, you know, that's where the mixtape game kind of went past that, as well as the Gangsta Grill series. So, you know, I look at it in that light. But I mean, you know, I think any DJ will tell you, I mean, you know, there's Grandmaster Flash, and then there's Kid Capri.
And there's Kid Capri.
You know what I mean? Point blank, period.
And who's here with us right now and killing it. Like, when you go see Kid Capri play to this day,
amazing.
It's incredible. The game changed. People ain't mixing no more on mixtapes, though. Scream, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I came up the first time I heard like a R&B remix over a hip hop beat was Kid Capri, and I just remember sitting there trying to do it just like him for hours and hours, and I felt. And then, you know, when you just look at, like how Drum said, Clue and Whoop Kid came along, then you kind of paid attention to their hustle, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of fell in love with all the elements of the game, like definitely the mixing, the scratching, the blending and everything, but I fell in love with the hustle as well, and the artwork of a mixtape is very important.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like just the different elements within mixtapes that made me fall in love with the mixtape game myself.
Holiday, let me ask you this, because when I look at Kid Capri here, and I know all the artists he helped break, I know Drama helped break a lot of artists' careers, same with Scream, same with you. But a lot of guys who started with the mixtape became famous with the mixtape. You know, they're not necessarily in the record companies. They're not. Shouldn't they be hired as A&Rs? You know, and why aren't they? Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, like we the ones that get music first, and we break it, and it's pretty much a go thing with it. So far as like people like Kid Capri always giving those exclusive records first, like DJ Drama getting the records first, myself and Scream. So I mean, you know, 9 times out of 10, I do get a lot of calls from A&Rs and people like that, and the labels, Holiday, what's popping in the city, or what's not. Scream as well, Drama. But you know, definitely, I think Ben should have got a check for that type of stuff.
Yeah, right. Right. I mean, I feel like I understand what it is. The mixtape DJs that because y'all not just mixtape DJs.
I mean, but
you know,
it ain't really like a news flash. For years, my whole career always been that I never wanted to be looked at as somebody that was just DJ playing records. I wanted to be looked at as an artist, and that's why I went as hard as I did. To where you get in a concert with me, it doesn't matter if you're the top selling record artist, you're gonna have a problem on that stage when I get off that stage. So and you had to have the talent to really back that up. So it's looking at your career as being hot, because they always looked at us as just somebody playing records. So if you ain't the type of DJ that's gonna call for your spot and call what your worth is, that's what it's gonna be.
But salute to you and Drama and people like us, man, definitely stepping up.
Man,
what you do, man.
Okay,
we're upholding it.
There it is on the Ratchet Superior EP.
Yeah.
DJ Scream.
Yes, sir.
You recently released that.
Yep.
You got a song called Hood Rich Anthem.
Hood Rich Anthem took me on a European tour as a blessing. It started as a radio intro. If you look at the lineup now, 2 Chainz, Future, Yo Gotti, Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka, I don't think anyone could pull that off. So I put it off just in time. If you look at, what's going on with some of those artists, what I'm saying? I think it was just meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? We got a video on TV, and it was a blessing.
Hey, yo, I appreciate all you guys coming down, though, because it's important that the world is tuned in.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So we got an opportunity to touch the world right now. Kid Capri, congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, man.
That you're receiving for the Global Spin Awards that's coming up in November.
Dope.
What is that? How does? I mean, you know, a lot of times pioneers don't really get recognized for their impact, and they get put in a box because they've been around for so long when you should be celebrated.
Yeah.
You know that you've been able to sustain, like Holiday, Drama, Scream. Any DJ would love to have a parallel career to what you've been accomplishing.
Man.
And I use that in the present tense because you're still going. You as hungry as any DJ who just started yesterday.
It never stops, man.
Yeah.
When I get on that stage, it's like my last time.
Uh-huh.
I try to give the best impression. I want those people to say there's nobody better. He's the greatest. That's what my attitude is. So, and I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
I look at myself as if I was in the audience watching myself and how I would want to feel if I was up there doing my thing. So that's what keeps me on my toes. That's why on the computer, you know, the cue points is set. I don't set none of that stuff because I like to stay up on top of everything.
Yeah.
And you know, it just works out, man. It's a blessing, man, to be able to be here.
Yeah, man, we're glad to have you. I'm gonna take a couple of calls. We got first of all Orbit in Ohio. Go ahead, Orbit. Say what's up to everybody that's here.
Hey, what's up, fellas? DJs, all y'all careers, man. I follow all y'all. Kid Capri, all with the drama. You know, a couple cats I ain't missing, man. Red Alert and DJ Jelly, man. I love them cats, man. You know, DJs of the day.
Uncle Red.
Yeah,
all
DJs
right.
of the day. You know, y'all mix, y'all do y'all thing, but, you know, back in the day mixing, it's in a league of its own, man. Taking nothing from y'all, you know what I mean? But it's in a league of its own. All that mixing and scratching and all that. I'm old school, so you know how that goes.
That's what's up, man.
If he gave us like 5 minutes, we could probably name about 150 more DJs. that he
Yeah, all right. How do y'all feel about like the celebrity DJ? I was talking with Paris Hilton recently. She was telling me how she had a residency in Ibiza.
Oh, man.
Does that bother
Terrible.
you, or is it power to her? Wait, held up, Heather.
It's terrible. No, because I don't
It
want.
is.
I love Kid Capri. I love and I respect Holiday and Drama and all the guys that's there. They can't say it, so I don't want them in a position to say it. I'll say
Scream
it.
will say it. Scream will say it.
Scream will say
I
it,
don't
but I'll
like
say
it.
it first.
I
It's
don't like
fucking terrible.
It's terrible.
It's a cop out.
I don't. It's
What do you mean
terrible.
it's a cop out?
I mean, you get to the point. No, go ahead.
No,
John.
go ahead.
You get to the point in your career where it might be tough to, create finances. So then you move into this lane. If you can really DJ, then it's dope. But if you're just behind some turntables trying to make a quick check, like it's just kind of whack.
Push
Yeah.
button,
It's
stop
kinda
push
whack.
You know, Serato and the computer made a lot of those things easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, because if in realest term to me, a celebrity DJ is Kid Capri. Celebrity DJ is Little John.
Right.
You know, celebrity DJ is
Jazzy
Jermaine,
Jeff.
Jazzy Jeff,
Yeah.
Jermaine
Yeah.
Dupri.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
Like
right.
those are celebrity DJs because those are people we actually saw on television and came up with, and they're real celebrities out in the streets. You know, even myself, for instance. But you know, the computers have made it just so somebody who may have some fame can get by and play a couple records, and you know.
And
so,
Sway, to
But-
add
but-
to
but
that.
you-
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You could really see through that though, and people could see through that. You know, there's these records. There's a certain amount of records that people depend on that's gonna make the party hot. Which anybody could play those records. It is not really hard, but it's when you become the person that could take that C and B record and still make the party rock out
There you
and
go.
play those new records like you don't need them at the end of the night. That's when you know you hot, and a lot of people can't do that. It's just a thing, like you said, you grab a bunch of MP3s and you go out, and it becomes it don't even become a job no more. It just becomes something that you just want to be a part of, that you want to cute with, or something that you just want to. There's a lot of people that just want to be out there and want to belong to something, and that's just one of their ways of doing it. And like I said, the real DJ, the real performer is going to really shine above all that. But then you got dudes out here that have names that are working.
Yeah.
They're working, and they're not as good as their name is, as big as their name is.
Yeah.
That's how you separate yourself.
That's how you separate
You
yourself.
got to just work hard, man. Because at the end of the day, all of us get booked all around the country, and it's
Yeah.
always going to be a DJ that's opening up for you. He going to
People
try
want
to
party.
make that movie right before you get on. You shut him down with some old
And that's
shit.
why I always brought somebody on the road with me all the time
Yeah.
around the country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of that fact, I try to give dudes a chance in their city to get on and and rock it. I tell them in the beginning, like, yo, don't play this. I just don't like the bump pads. This is And I come in the joint, they playing the new.
And you know what it is too.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's not even just that they playing.
They
it,
might be excited,
but they don't play it right.
They don't play it right.
Wasted. They wasted.
If you gonna play it,
Let's rock out.
yeah, like,
Rock it.
Don't
yeah.
use that record and not do it right. That's
Right.
I come to the club and you playing it
Right.
and you don't do it right. I
Right.
get
That
heat,
pisses you off.
'cause then I gotta come on and show them how you play it right.
Right. Exactly.
You're listening to Sway in the morning on Shade 45.